And this is Dr. Paul with Chiropractic Personal Injury Marketing, and this is the system that we're going to go over. And it's the personal injury campaign, and it's designed for your existing personal injury attorneys and the attorneys that you have worked with in the past, but you have not kept up contact with. So you've lost essentially that relationship, and you're trying to get it back. So remember, with these types of attorneys, there's already some degree of trust. So we do not treat them and talk to them like we do not know them, like the personal injury attorney campaign. That's designed for the attorneys that we don't know. And so this is when we are dealing with and trying to increase our value in referrals from our existing attorneys or attorneys that we've dealt with, or even attorneys that maybe they didn't send you patients. Patients came in and they already had the attorney. And maybe they've never sent you any patients, or the attorneys that you've lost contact with. And it's also a way to deal with your existing attorneys to help to enhance the relationship. And so here's what it is. First, keep in mind there are some attorneys where your bad documentation and narratives and education may have branded the attorney so bad that the relationship is irreparable. So remember that might be the case, and sometimes that is the case. And so we won't spend a lot of time and energy chasing people that already have negative brandings and negative perceptions about your personal injury attorney work and documentation. And that's no problem, because remember, there's plenty of personal injury attorneys available, and you only need 2 or 4 referral attorneys to do quite well. If you have 2 or 4 attorneys sending you 2 to 4 cases a month, that's a significant $250,000 plus increase. So remember, the personal injury attorney business is not about volume. It's about it's few, but it's what's called going vertical, going deep with high education within the relationships. That's what personal injury attorney marketing. So you use this system to get back in touch with old PI attorneys and enhance the relationship with the existing attorneys. And the concept is very basic. And what you work on is you want to have an impact and reignite an old relationship or enhance an existing one. And you want to use 2 strategies. And remember, if they're existing relationships, sometimes they just take you for granted, and it's harder to create an impression or to create value because they take you for granted. And so the 2 strategies you use is you be very specific on and to solve 1 or 3 of their primary problems and create the big benefit. So you always have to know what your target market's problems are, and you have to know what the primary, secondary, and tertiary problems are. And of course, when you're the one that can solve a primary, secondary, tertiary problem, especially a primary problem, then you get the business. So you want to be very clear and identify what that problem is. And then number 2 is you want to use what is called third-party credibility to stimulate a stale relationship.